Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time you're watching this. I hope you guys are having a blessed Monday and that you are starting the week off with not so bad of weather. Like some people are bracing for the storm that is about to hit. I know last night it started storming really bad here as far as rain. Like it was hitting the house extremely hard, y'all. So, but I did enjoy the Super Bowl game. I hope that if you watched, you enjoyed it as well. And if your team won, congratulations to you. But we're gonna get into the weather because and I'm drinking some coffee. I just love this little cup my sister gave me. And over here has my name because my middle name is Elizabeth. But anyway, y'all, neither here nor there. How are you doing? Welcome in. Hello, Maria. How are you doing? Hello, Erica. I'm not excited about the fact I'm happy for the Eagles. I wanted Jalen Hurts to win, but after seeing that they really were going to win, I was like, oh my gosh, I told my son I was going to get him a jersey if they win. Y'all, those jerseys aren't cheap, but I've already paid for it. So, anyway, let's get into what is happening. Hey, good morning. Morning, Amber. Oh, that's awesome, Amber. That is awesome. Yeah, I got to prep my stuff that I got in my grocery haul. I bought like the blueberries and the strawberries. And I went back the next day and got some spinach because I forgot to get that. I wanted to add that to my juicing. And then I put a little bit of, what are those seeds in it? I can't remember at the moment. But yeah, I got to get some juices prepared for myself because my weight is going in the direction I wanted to go. But I think last night eating some Super Bowl food brought that weight back up. So by at least 2 pounds. So definitely it's going the wrong direction, but we got to flip that thing back around. And then I'm going to add in, because I've been walking every day, but this week is extremely cold. The weather has did a flip flop. Okay. And I'm going to try to do things indoors. Like I'm going to up pot my starts that I have where I drop seeds and stuff with gardening. I hope y'all are thinking about gardening or whatever, and growing your own food because these prices are ridiculous. So if you can offset some of the money you spend in the store by growing and starting a garden, that will be very beneficial for your health for one and for your wallet for the other. So I'm going to, because this week is going to be like lows in the 29, like 29, 30, highs only in the 40s. It's cold right now and it's been raining. So I did some work outside yesterday. I took advantage of that last day of heat we had. It was like 70 degrees. So I got back into the garden. I started weed eating and everything. Y'all got a video coming up later on that. Child, it was a trip. But hey Judy. Morning, morning. Morning, Roman. I am in North Carolina, in the mountains in North Carolina, about almost an hour from Boone. And I'm like in between Boone and Charlotte. So like an hour from both where I'm at. And it's cold. So I'm gonna do some work inside. I'm going to up pot my starts, my cabbage, my collards. They have really come up. So I'm gonna pot them from the little cups into the bigger red solo cups is how I do mine. And then a few other things I'm probably going to up pot this week, not just all in one day, but this week I'm definitely going to be doing that. So I do encourage you guys to start a garden because it can help you a lot. And maybe down the road, you can start canning some of the stuff you have and putting food on your shelf and stockpiling. I didn't can any tomatoes last year. I wish I did, because the year before I didn't have to buy any kind of tomato sauce, nothing. I was good for almost a year. It lasted me almost a year. And I didn't do it last year, and I wish I did, but I'm going to do it this year. Um, yeah, it is. I don't know. The weather is crazy. It's colder. I mean, I'm nervous. I'm nervous. I don't want any more snow. Like, just do the cold weather, and I'm good on the snow part. I'm hoping that we don't get any, but yeah, in this story, I won't tell you who is getting it though. But it's good to see y'all this morning. Okay, so wait, am I sharing? Oh, I forgot to share. Hold on. Oh, you've been trying to grow your herbs, Erica. That's good. I still haven't found time though. Like, I want to grow some thyme. Um, I want to figure out how I can make my own like medicinal oils and stuff like that. I bought like this big thing of cayenne yesterday from Sam's Club, and I want to have that in it and some other things in it. I already make shea butter, but I'm out of it. I need to make some more for my daughter with some rosemary in it, for her skin, for her eczema and stuff, and for her scalp because she gets that eczema in her hair. Um, and I know some people add nuts to things, but I don't do that with her because she's allergic to cashews and certain other nuts. So Naomi says, hold on. I'm gonna get to the story, y'all. I think starting a garden is the right thing to do since they're modifying our foods and raising prices. Definitely, definitely. And once you taste that first, for me, it was like when I first started, 2020 pushed a lot of us into starting gardens who've never done it before. Like, it's not like I haven't. My mom had a garden growing up. Small garden because we lived in a project, so she just had like a little small space where she grew a couple things. But when we were living in the country, when my parents were together, they grew food all the time. So getting back into that, it feels good, and then having my mom come up, y'all, she has dementia, so having her come up a couple years ago and her walking around the property with her little walker and seeing me grow food really made her feel good about that. So I'm excited about, doing more of it. I tried to grow last year. I started off good, but then situations, health with my father and all of that stuff. So I just kind of threw that aside. But I'm back. I'm gonna be doing some more gardening on here, y'all. So please support those videos when they come out. Morning from Missouri. How are you? I think you one of the ones gonna be having some snow. I'm not sure though. I haven't read the whole article. Time to learn to grow. Yes, time to learn to grow, because if things keep going the way they're going, you're going to wish you knew how to grow, just some basic stuff. You don't have to, try anything crazy. Just grow what you want to eat, you know. But yeah, once you taste that first cucumber, oh my gosh, this does not taste like the cucumber I get from the store. Once you taste that first tomato, this definitely doesn't taste like anything I've gotten from the store. You're not going to want to stop. You might just go all in. Amazon. Okay. Thank you, Erica. I used some, so I was watching Mama T Speaks, and she was talking about the, what's that oil? I can't think of the oil right now. She was talking about that oil, and she uses it for pain and stuff. And y'all, I put some of that oil on my lower back where my sciatica be bothering me sometimes. And it really did decrease the pain. Either I had no pain or I had just a little bit of pain. So that stuff be working. Maria says she is going to grow some vegetables. Ooh, blackberries. Yeah. I need to go to Tractor Supply because I was watching Broke Farmer yesterday, and he was talking about how Tractor Supply have a lot of those fruit trees and stuff out already. So I need to check mine and see if they have it, because I have apples, pears, peaches, plum, but I don't have some other things that I do want to try. So I'm gonna see what they have. Good morning, Susie. How are you? Hey, Martin. How are you doing? Okay, y'all, let's get into the story. If you want to talk garden afterwards, that's fine. But I know people came for the story probably. So let me share. So they say 2 storms are threatening millions with snow and ice. It's a little video here I'm going to show you. It said much of the Midwest and East were bracing for a blast of snow and ice Monday as a series of weather fronts promised to bring weather havoc to more than 100 million Americans this week. And y'all, what comes with that sometimes is power outages. So start asking yourself, and not just for winter, but start asking yourself in general and making a list of things that you would need for these winter storms, spring storms, summer storms, any kind of storm. You know, do you have, I made a list I didn't forget. Do you have things for your power outages? Do you have your backup power, you know, generator or whatever you're going to use, your flashlights, candles, matches, etc. Waterproof matches are also good as well. Shelf-stable foods for me, when I'm thinking about shelf-stable foods, I'm thinking about something I can put together even if I was not feeling well, not just for a storm, but like, you know, on days that I don't have enough energy to cook a full meal, do I have something that, you know, that I could just make really fast? I know a lot of people run to pasta and ramen and stuff like that. Just be careful with the ramen because those little packets are very sodium filled. Okay, like I don't think anything's wrong with the noodles, but the little packets, I don't use the little packets anymore. I just use my bouillon or whatever I'm going to use, something that's not, you know, filled with a whole lot of sodium, because I have high blood pressure. Okay, so I had changed up a lot of stuff that I started off stocking up on, like the little Vienna sausages and stuff like that. Like I grew up on that. They were so good. So I was like, oh, well, these are easy. Let me just, you know, stockpile these things, thinking my taste buds were the same. And they aren't, because I actually, once we moved here in 2021, I said, you know what? Because it was like a stray cat around. So I was like, every now and then would put like some Vienna sausages in a little bowl for the cat. I tried one of them before I gave it to the cat, and I said, hey, this thing is so salty. I was like, okay, so I'm going to take that off of my list of things that I want to stockpile. So I don't even stockpile those anymore. But yeah, start making a plan, putting it together, and any kind of medications that you know that you would need. Like if you had to evacuate your home, you know, recently so many people have had to evacuate their homes for different things. Having something in your car is also helpful, like a go bag or just a little bag with some little snacks in it. Even if you get stuck on the side of the road, especially, you have children and you get stuck on the side of the road, you want them to be a little bit entertained in that moment. Let's see. Y'all saw me buy some more water. I do have more water that I need to get, but having water in your home, I always like have water bottles in my vehicles, whatever I'm driving, is always something in there. And if it's not, it's because one of my, my daughter or my husband, one of them done drunk it. So like I had my little fruit snack in the truck. Like I just threw it in there. I'm not eating those right now, but I'm like, okay, this is a just in case, because I'm fasting during the morning time. And this is a just in case I'm like really pushed and want something to eat. I'm not, oh, that looked good right there. Let me go get this right here from the fast food. I had that in there. So she pulled it out yesterday when I picked up from work. And I'm like, what you doing? Oh, I'm about to eat this. I was like, but I'm keeping this in the car. Well, then you could put another one in there. This one's all crumbled up anyway, smashed up. And I'm like, whatever. So it's hard to keep things, where you want them to be when you have children, period. So, but make sure you have those things. I got another thing of tissue. I don't think I'm going to buy. I typically like to have 3 cases, either box or bag, of toilet paper. I have 2, so I don't know if I'm going to do a 3rd one or not. And then paper towels, I like to have at least 2, but I only have 1 right now. Because that stuff is so expensive now. In the wintertime, extra blankets. Change out your things, definitely, like with the seasons. Like if you were taking your child to school or childcare, you would change out their clothes from summer to fall or fall to winter, whatever. You would make sure you do that for yourself as well. Okay, cover that. Cover the vehicle. And okay, speaking of vehicles, try to make sure, I didn't have this on the paper, but try to make sure you're staying above the half, even if it, not saying something's going to happen, but just stay above the half as much as you can. I've started doing that more now. I kind of fell off from it and I would just like kind of ride a little low, but that messes up your vehicle as well because it allows a lot of dirt and stuff, debris, to get into, your fuel tank. So try not to ride on low, like on empty or near empty, quarter tank, whatever. Try to keep it at half. And then when you're putting gas in, it doesn't seem like you're paying a lot. You know what I'm saying? Starting from E to try to get to full, it's going to be a lot of money. And I've been driving my husband's truck, and his truck takes way more than my car did. So yeah, I'm trying to do better at that. But let's get back to the story. I'm just all over the place this morning. Okay, so they said 2 storms threaten to roll across the nation in the next few days before a possible atmospheric river sweeps into California, with the possibility of multiple inches of rain in Southern California and multiple feet of snow in the Sierra. The first storm is forecast to bring a couple of inches of snow to the cities such as Kansas City, Missouri on Monday night, before stretching east Tuesday and Wednesday. That's when the nation's capital could be hit with several inches of snow and wintry mix, according to the forecasters. I also heard that parts of Virginia is going to get hit with snow as well. Another storm is expected to closely follow on the heels of the early week storm, impacting many of the same areas beginning on Wednesday, according to the AccuWeather. That's Pennsylvania, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Binghamton, New York, and Springfield, Massachusetts are among cities that could be primary targets of the ice later this week. So if you're like, you know, because I know Virginia has been getting some pretty good weather, you know, maybe 60s or 70s. And I think my cousin in the group chat was saying how it was warm there, and she lives in Maryland. And then I have my girlfriend lives in DC, and they were talking about how the weather had been pretty good. But if you are thinking about putting your plants outside, don't do it yet. Don't do it yet. All that hard work will be gone. So the third storm lurks next weekend. So they say, looking ahead to the weekend, AccuWeather says another storm could develop across the central states and sweep east, bringing another round of harsh weather across the nation. The National Weather Forecast for Chicago has snow coming on Friday night and Saturday. A rain and snow mix is forecast for Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania on Saturday. Boston is facing snow Saturday and Sunday. So winter is not done with us, y'all. The West also has weather concerns, and Los Angeles could possibly face 3 days of heavy rain starting late Wednesday. Snow in the Sierra will likely be measured in feet. The National Weather Service office in Los Angeles said much uncertainty remains with the timing and amounts. Major atmospheric river event in California coming this Thursday, warns weather trader meteorologists. Widespread 2 to 4 inches of rainfall, even in South Cal. A bit colder system, so mountain snow in the Sierra should be exceptional. 4 to 6 feet is what they are expecting. Let's see. Oh, I hope this doesn't have music with it. Oh.
That tree over there just came down right in front of me.
He's taking a chance walking under those trees with that ice on it, and the branches already falling. Like, I would not have done that. Wait a minute. Is he ice skating on the sidewalk? Child. I don't know where that. Oh, that's Chicago. Okay. Hey. And we had thunder and lightning last week. I forgot to mention that in a different video, but this weather is weird. Those schools, yeah, schools are closed. A lot of places and some businesses as well. People just don't ever learn. Look at this here.
For the
Ooh, y'all. In other news, did y'all see where let me see if I can find it. Where a block of ice fell through somebody's roof in Florida? And you know it's conspiracy theory on TikTok. Okay. So the FAA spokesperson wrote on Friday that the agency is investigating. Wait a minute, go back up. Go back up. I was already reading it. I'm sorry, y'all. So a chunk of ice hurtled out of the sky like a meteorite and ripped through the metal roof of a Palm Coast house, slicing a hole in it like a tin can. The unusual incident was reported by a man in Seminole Woods section of Palm Coast when he called 911 about 3:30 p.m. on last Monday. No one was home at the house. that was struck. Something fell from the skies, what the man told the 911 operator. It looked like, he said, it looked like it was a big thing of ice and it landed on my neighbor's roof and it damaged her roof really bad. And there's ice all over the road. And there's a big clump of ice in her tin roof and it went right through her roof. The man said he guessed the ice probably came from an airplane. And apparently, y'all, that is what happens. And it seems to be a common thing, they say. A common thing. Let's see. It's not the kind of ice baby anyone would want to hear at their home. Ha ha ha, y'all. The Palm Coast Fire Department responded and placed a blue tarp on the woman's home. Then a building inspector checked the home and cleared it for occupancy. But y'all, they got to trace down which airplane did that because she got to sue them. She got to get her money, fix her house, even though she probably got homeowners insurance. But I wouldn't tax my homeowners insurance for that because it might go up. So the FAA spokesperson wrote on Friday that the agency is investigating to determine whether the ice came from an aircraft, and if so, identifying that aircraft. The spokesperson did not respond to questions about whether the FAA had statistics on ice falling from planes or whether anyone had ever been injured by ice falling from planes. So here's the video after this video commercial play. Let's see. Skip. Oh, where's the volume? Hold on, y'all. I got it unmuted. There we go. Oh, what in the world? Of course it is. Child, so toilet water ice fell through her house. Lord. I done heard it all now. Toilet water ice fell through. That's crazy. Let's see. I agree, Erica. I know like my mom would use all kind of things on us growing up. And then when I tell those things to my daughter, like for upset stomach, you know, you can take a little bit of warm water, allegedly. Okay, YouTube, I'm not giving medical advice. And warm water and baking soda, and it eases your stomach. The doctors told me the same thing. But I told it to my daughter because the baby was having issues. She ain't do it. I'm like, you still here, did it to you. But anyway, new school. Yes, batteries and flashlights. What did it say? Hey, Rosalind. Martin stocking up on water. I keep water in my trunk and also a container of rock salt in case it is slippery. Okay, that's good. What was the name of the oil? Castor oil. Castor oil. Cold press now. Cold press castor oil, not just the regular castor oil you buy at the store. Which I did use some of that to get my contractions to going when I was pregnant with my youngest son. Oh, that's like 22 years ago. I remember my sister coming over because no one had a baby in the family for a while. So, and I'm the youngest of 6. So she came over right when I was either 36 or 38 weeks. I can't remember. She's like, you ready? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. It was like I was having a baby for the first time. And she's like, I got this castor oil. It was just regular castor oil. And we got some coffee. Yep. Hours later, stomach started tightening up. It's like, oh Lord, what have I done? Hey Susie, Kentucky is going to get snow. My stomach's like growling. Kentucky is going to get snow in some areas, possible ice and heavy rain in southern Kentucky, saying flooding. Oh, well, you stay safe, Susie. Good morning, Wendy. Hey, Trisha from Barbados. How are you? Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, it's your first live. Oh, awesome. Hey, Lydia. How are you today? I said I was going to paint my cabinets today, but I don't know. With it being so gloomy, I just want to get back in the bed. My shirt says taking naps and checking apps. That seems like what I'm going to be doing today. Oh, Trisha, you're in the environment where you can just grow all year long, aren't you? I don't think I'm going to plant any eggplants this year. Hey, Angela. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to plant any eggplants this year. I don't know. I don't know. I definitely want to plant the things that I'm going to be juicing for sure. And I know, and I'm not good at the spinach. I suck at growing. Like it will start and I've only had one good round of growing spinach. And that's when I first started gardening in 2020. Maybe I need to go back to what I used it in. I'm gonna have to try to find that video. I'm thinking I used a cement container that I got my strawberries in because my strawberries are doing really good. Even over the winter, like I covered them up and I was like, it's going to be what it's going to be. And when I took it off a few weeks ago, the leaves were green. I was like, what? okay, they've been outside the whole time. I ain't changed the soil. It's like the things I don't tend to seem like they do better than some of the things I do tend to. But I know that growing in buckets is what I like to do because I find that I yield a higher harvest when I grew in buckets than when I'm growing in these beds. But I've always wanted beds. So I was like, and then my husband built the beds for me. So I'm like, okay, we're going to grow in these beds. But it seems like, I don't know, I guess I can control the amount of nutrients I'm feeding into the bucket over the beds because it's a vast area. As contained is just that, contained. But we're going to keep going. We're going to keep trying. But I have added my buckets back to it. And then I decided to do something different with my potatoes when I plant those, because I'm still building up the raised bed that was here when we got the house. It needs a lot of work. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do might actually help it in the end. So we'll see how this season of growing turns out. My frost date, make sure, if you're just starting, know what your frost date is every year, because it changes up. And it's not 100%. Like mine is saying April 9th. But I have learned that, especially living here in North Carolina, South Carolina, when I lived there, it was not an issue because it gets warmer there before it gets warm here. But here I'm having to learn my frost date. I'm so used to it being in March, being in South Carolina, that it's hard to not want to go ahead and plant and drop things. But my frost date is not until April 9th. Meaning I shouldn't put anything out until April 9th. But with frost dates, I like to stretch it out for a whole nother week or 10 days, whatever. Because you may get that last, even though they say this is your last freeze or frost, I've experienced that frost coming after that date as well. So I don't know. I got a few sponsorship videos I definitely have to do. Now that I'm doing gardening again, also, and the news, I'm still gonna do news over here. It's a lot. Say, Lydia, we a state of emergency for our snow starting tonight. Where are you at again, Lydia? Where's your state of emergency at, so everybody will know? Hello, little Winston. How are you? Angela's in the house. Edith is in the house. I don't know how to pronounce that. Edith. Something island, V Island. Which lets me know you are tropical. Are you growing a garden? Lizzie Cub. Hey, how are you? I lost my. Oh, Lydia, I'm sorry to hear that. Lost your fur baby Saturday. She was old, but I'm hanging in there. How you doing? Thank you, Lydia. Following me on TikTok, girl. I'm barely on there. Yeah, I'm a random post person when it comes to TikTok. I don't have it in me. It's just too many things to do. Trish says pests are annoying and much rain and winds are an issue sometimes raised. Y'all, if I'm reading slow like that, it's because I'm struggling to read it because I have cataracts and I need to have cataract surgery. Speaking of, I gotta call the doctor's office and let them know that I do have that insurance and give them that policy number. But I already know that I'm gonna have to wait. Aren't issues sometimes race fares are better but expensive? Yeah. Well, you remember when the price of, I don't know about where you are, Trish, but the price of wood here in the US had gone up because so many people were, at home. Everybody want to grow, everybody want to build stuff, and lumber was experiencing what they were experiencing with shipping and all of that stuff. So prices went up. They're saying that that's going to happen again, either the spring or the summer. That lumber prices are probably going to go up again. So I hope not. Soursop tea. What is that? I hear people talking about that, Erica. What is soursop tea? Is that something you grow and then you do it as a tea yourself, or you just order it and do it as a tea? I'm still learning. I'm still learning gardening. Oh, Richmond, Virginia. Oh, y'all got a state of emergency? Oh, wow. Okay, so I knew y'all were going to get some snow, but I didn't realize it was like that. Well, you stay safe. Stay warm. I know I'm cold. I turned my now I haven't had to use my big heater. I have it set at 69 degrees in here. But I haven't needed it anyway because it was warm last week. And now here today, well, as of last night, it started getting cooler. And then when that rain came in, and then this morning when I went out, it was cold. So I'm still going to leave it at 69 because it's just me here. Daughter's at work. I'm not trying to heat the whole house. I'm just not. Okay. It's like about 3,000 square feet home. I'm not trying to heat it. So I have like individual space heaters. I have the kind that if it tips or fall over, it turn off. So it's backup safety, but I have my heater on. I just heat this room, my bathroom. My daughter has her space heater. And then if it gets down below, if it gets to 69, the heat is going to jump on. But it actually feels pretty good in here. I have this on because I have to go outside. And this kind of repels water in case it starts like misty rain or something. I have to go outside and feed the chickens when I get done. Then I'm going to come back in here and decide if I'm going to paint my cabinets today. And if so, I'm going to have to turn my heat up because it won't dry like it needs to if I leave the heat where it is. But I don't know if I'm going to do that today or one day this week. Definitely. I'm probably going to do that because we ain't get the new cabinets yet because I can't afford it. The prices are crazy. Oh, you're all stocked up. That's good, Lydia. I mean, most people, I'm thinking that get snow anyway a lot. I would hope that they stay stocked up. Like they don't need the message of getting stocked up. So when I'm saying getting stocked up, I'm typically reminding people who don't normally get winter weather that are getting winter weather and stuff like that, like Florida and places like that. So I know y'all know. This is for the people in the back. For the people in the back. Okay. So yeah, when I get off of here, I'm just gonna do what I just said I was gonna do, and probably look and see if there's a news story I can do as well before my garden homestead video come out at 5 o'clock. So I'm trying to do news in the morning, afternoons, or whatever, or, you know, well, no, I already have a video that's coming out. I can't do that. Preparedness videos will be done over here. Homestead and garden videos will be done over here. Course news you can use will be done over here. And I say how to. It's more how I'm stocking up my home or whatever. So getting things and trying to stick to a budget and seeing how much you can get for that budget and what store has what that you can get for that budget. But what I prep, it's not what you prep, because you eat what you eat, I eat what I eat, and it may not be the same thing. So just ideas of what you can do to save a little extra money, because we all gonna need it. We're gonna be needing to use this store discount, you know, where you can sign up and get the card. So when you scan, you can get a discount there, or if they doing digital, you can do it there. I don't see a lot. I should have got a Sunday paper to see, do they even have coupons in the Sunday paper anymore? Because this little town that I live in, it's you know, it ain't that big. But what kind of coupons are in there? You know what I'm saying? And do those coupon shows still come on? Because I would imagine it's a different way to do it now with all the digital stuff and more stores going to digital. For one, it saves them money from having those ads in there, the paper and stuff. Because I remember when I had a childcare center, I was like advertising through the newspaper, and it wasn't really that cheap then. I'm pretty sure it ain't cheap now, but like, do people even still buy like the actual paper? Like, I like the actual paper. I'm just a visual person, I guess, but seeing it online is where it is right now. Cooking what? Cooking what, Lydia? I cooked last night. I mean, I cooked yesterday afternoon for a Super Bowl. And it's not like I don't have a specific team. I just have like specific people that I like. So I'm not loyal to anybody. Not loyal to any one team. I'm not. If this person play for that team, I like that team. But I really just like that person. Because if that person left that team, I would follow them where they're going. But I was just having like a whole football mom moment, because I was a football mom since my son was 5 years old and he's 22 now. I would have been a football mom if he had got a scholarship for football at the school he's at. He did get offered a scholarship, but it was at a school that he didn't want to go to. And since his grades were so good, he got an academic scholarship. You know, is that a woodpecker? What the heck? What the heck is that? I'm sorry, y'all. It's like a lot of little blackbirds flying around, but I heard the sound. It sounded like a doggone woodpecker. It's too cold for that. So yeah, I didn't have to pay for school. I'm fine. Only thing I'm having to pay for is the fact that he's not living on campus. But I paid for the meal card, and I know he liked to eat because he works out all the time. And when they work out, because he still works out like he plays football, he does all the same routines and stuff like that. And I do good when he come home, because he kind of keep me in check with, you know, don't eat this, you need to do this. But when he ain't here, so, but yeah, he's a fit boy. I'm just so happy. He graduated in May. God willing, he graduate in May. That means I don't have to pay his apartment fee, his rent. Thank you, Jesus. And he's already accepted a job. His major was engineer. So he's already accepted a job, I think in Rock Hill, South Carolina, or Chester. When I looked the place up, they had like 2 locations, and I don't know which one he's gonna be at. But yeah, y'all, I'm just so happy for him, and I'm so happy for me. I don't have to pay his rent. But yeah, he didn't work. We didn't want him to work when he first started. And I think he got this job his junior year. He's working part-time. And then he, took his income tax money, and me and him went, and he bought himself a truck. He paid his insurance out for 6 months. He is just so unlike me. But he paid his insurance out for 6 months. And I'm like, that's a good thing to do, because that's one less thing you have to worry about. Well, one less thing I have to worry about, because if he can't make it, then I know that I'm going to have to be the one to make it. So, hey, C&M, how are you? You in Virginia too? I don't know what part you're in, but I heard y'all was getting snow. Oh, you was a band parent, Wendy? My daughter, my oldest daughter, she has 4 kids. She's a band parent too. Her son's he looked like he could be a senior, but he's just really tall, considering she's only maybe 5 feet. So he's trying to get a scholarship. So I hope that works out, and that he's able to get a scholarship for band. But he tried football, and he liked it, but it just wasn't for him. And football is not for everybody. And I wish a lot of people would understand that, because my son started playing football. He was 5. If he had not wanted to do it, we would have stopped him from doing it. But that is what he wanted to do. So, because he wanted to do it, I threw myself into it. And me and my husband, we became volunteers. My husband was a coach. And I was a team mom, but team moms have to take the same classes that the coaches have to take. So technically, we could coach as well. So I know a lot about football, more than I probably should know. But yeah, parents are intense. I'm an intense person, but they be really intense. My job was just to make sure that each kid get the amount of plays that they're supposed to get for Pop Warner. Child, these parents, we knew certain kids didn't want to play, but we still had to give them their play, even if we just put them in a position where they're not really going to have to do anything, because they didn't want to be there. I searched for one kid. I'm like, where is he? Everybody's getting their plays. I'm checking them off. Everybody's getting their plays. Where's this kid? Child, he over there playing with dandelions and in the grass, So yeah, it's a lot, but it was fun times. I'm kind of, I've been looking for stuff to do here, and I think I might actually sign up and volunteer for a Pop Warner here. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed working with the kids, and I just didn't enjoy working with the parents most of the time, because they would get annoyed because your son's playing and my son didn't play. I'm not the coach, ma'am. I can coach, but I'm not the coach. And I can't help that my son he's getting his time because he's playing both sides of my son, to me, is a Travis Hunter. He played both sides. Pop Warner, he played both sides. Middle school, high school, like he was just that guy. So he could have gotten those scholarships, but I had a thing with the coach as far as what he was doing, and I think that deterred a lot of scholarships that he probably could have gotten. But if it wasn't for the school he wanted to go to, which was Coastal Carolina, he wasn't gonna take it anyway. That's just who he is. So, work hard in school, work hard on the field. That way, if you don't get what you want, you can still go where you want to go and not have to pay for it, is what I would tell any kid out there. So I love me some football, and last night was a beautiful game. It was beautiful because I enjoyed the humbleness on Jalen Hurts. Reminds me of my son. Like, he was never that player that was just in your face. He just did his work, let his work show for him or speak for him, and the rest is whatever the rest is. And I just felt bad for Jalen Hurts, who got sidelined in a championship game that he got the team to when he played for Clemson. That ticked me off. I still haven't recovered from that. That child ain't even mine. And then to see how quiet and soft-spoken he is when it came to even winning it last night and processing it, I was like, yeah, see, that's a person with a genuine heart right there. He deserved that win. CNM says, not ready for the snow, dreaming of a sunny beach day. You and me shall never part. I am dreaming of that too. Yes, I am, because I'm looking forward to, and I'm looking forward to means I hope I can see. Because I had things I had planned for this summer that I wanted to go and do. Even though my son won't be down there at the coast, I still want to go. I still want to go and do my car camping. I don't know if that will be possible, even though I know once I have this surgery, I should be able to do those things. But those surgeries are going to be time consuming, and it's, what I'm saying, because they can only do one eye. Then I got to wait a week or whatever or so, and then they can do the other eye. I don't like depending on people for anything. That's just who I am. Because when I want something done, I'd rather just go ahead and do it than to wait for somebody to do it when they get the time to do it. So I don't know. What'd you say, Wendy? I can't see that. Let's see. I ran the home concession stand. We lived in a dead end and practiced lots of marches. Oh, wow. Yeah. When my daughter, when she did do school, actual school, because she graduated last year from high school, my youngest daughter. She'll be 19. Oh, calm down, stomach. She'll be 19 in April, but she did homeschool because as she was going to high school, that's when the pandemic hit. So she still did band. I would have to, just like he still did football, even though they were homeschooling. We were living in South Carolina, and I would just take him to his practice and stuff and take her to her practice. So she still did those things. But then when we moved, she didn't do any of that anymore. So, but she did band. I can't remember the instrument because she changed up. Because at one point she did like the oboe. I don't know if she stuck to the oboe or what, but it was like an instrument not a lot of people play. So, yeah, those were the days. I was in there buying me some shoes the other day from Academy Sports. So it's like, girl, when is the last time you bought yourself anything? When was the last time you did anything for yourself? Every time you get paid, it goes to everybody but yourself. So I said, you know what? February is supposed to be the love month. I'm going to love me this month. Okay. Um, I like to say I'm not a selfish person if I haven't bought myself a pair of shoes in over 2 years. I'm like my husband bought me a pair of shoes, but that was like over a year ago. I just don't like spending money on myself. Um, but I made myself buy myself 2 pair of tennis shoes because I'm back into walking more. And eventually I hope to do like intervals where I'm like running a little and then walk. I want to build up to that though. So I bought myself some shoes and I was in there and all the little kids was in there, like little kids, like this little boy looked like he was 3, but I guess he was maybe 5. I don't know. So I'm thinking you have to be 5 in every sport to be a part of a team is what I hope. They was buying him like little shoes and stuff for baseball because it's baseball time now. And, you know, bigger kids was in there and got the little boy. He was like telling that man, he was like, yeah, thank you for helping me find these because I was at practice and my cleats was like clop, clop, clop. And I know what he meant when he said clop, clop, clop because cleats will come apart because, you know, it's rigid stop and go when they're running and all of that stuff. And he was like, I told my parents when they picked me up, yeah, I need some more cleats. Listen, these kids, they be acting like cleats are cheap. Cleats ain't cheap. Good cleats are not cheap. Okay. And I was like, oh, I remember those days. I miss those days of my child, that little, you know, and you can protect them as much as you can and all that stuff. And now they just out in the world and you don't know what's going on. But I thought about it just like that. And I was like, oh no, I don't miss them days. Cause cleats was expensive. Like we would not just get 1 pair of cleats. We would buy 2 pair of cleats. I'm like, oh, cause you got to have your practice cleats. You got to have your game day cleats. I'm like, it's a lot. What are we talking about? Me and my daughter was saying no snow. We looking forward to garden. Yeah, you can still get your indoor garden on. Get your indoor garden on. You can do it. I was watching somebody last night. I think it's Zoe's Homestead. Man, he growing peppers and everything in his house. I'm like, that's what I said I want to do, but I know it take a lot of work to do it. Renee, oh, you should use castor oil for your eyes. Doctors won't tell you to do that because they'd rather cut. Well, you know. Yeah, Renee, who told me that? I was watching Black's Tropical Homestead, and they were talking about because she has products and stuff, and they were talking about, you know, different things in there, and people in the comments was talking about. So when I typed in, you know, that I have cataracts or whatever, a lot of people, including her, was saying, you know, you could use the castor oil, the cold pressed castor oil, like rub it on your eyes. I think somebody even said you could put the drop in your eye. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. I'm very sensitive about my eyes. When that lady was trying to drop my eyes with a dropper, and she went too close. That lady went too close. She touched my eyeball. And I'm like, how in the world I'm gonna get this surgery? I know that they have this thing that holds your eyes open. I watched a little bit years ago when the doctors first told me you may be getting cataracts. And I was like, ooh, I don't want that surgery after watching that video. I wish I'd never watched that video and just got it done at that moment when it was just a small inkling of it. Listen, I don't know. They say they sedate you just a little bit, not enough where you're going to sleep because they need you to be awake. And I'm like, the thought of that freaks me out. But yeah, they were talking about put 1 drop or something of the cold pressed castor oil. Let me see the one I got. Hold on. Okay, where's the thing at? Okay, so the one that I have is, I saw this on Mama T Speaks. It's what she used. So it's made by Queen of the Thrones. And anything that says made by the Queen of the Thrones, honey, I want it. So anyway, organic golden castor oil, cold press. Hold on, I'm trying to see that. It says extra virgin. Something free. I can't see a word. Oh, practitioner grade. And third party tested. So not just their people testing it. They got outside testing done as well. And this is the bottle. What? Hold on. Right there. That's the bottle that I got. And this is a pretty big bottle. 16.96 ounces or something like that. Yeah, I got that one. And I'm not putting that stuff is thick. I am not putting that in my eye. I told I told a friend, I said, she was like, well, you let me know how it go. I said, girl, if I was to do it, they have to be in the eye that's already worse than the other. Like my right eye is worse than my left. I showed a video of it on my second channel, Simply TOMMYBITES Life, where I went to the eye doctor, and when he was showing me on the screen after they, did the scan of my eyes, I said, "Can I record that for my husband?" And I recorded it. Him telling me, and child, this eye looks worse than the other. But yeah. But them drops they gave me to dilate the eyes, they need to just make that for people, period, until they can have the surgery. Because, and I tried to get me some. I asked them, well, I didn't ask them for a sample of that because I don't think they do samples of that. But I asked, is there an eye drop that's similar to that drop that I can use until I can get the surgery? Because that's weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. That's like over probably 2 months away. I could see so good. When I left out of that place, like I'm seeing stuff that's before I went in there, gray. For me, it always looks like it's a cloudy day, or even when the sun is out, it looks ashy, like it's smoky outside. That's how it looks for me to describe what I deal with every day, and trying to read y'all comments and trying to read stories. But when they put those drops in my eyes, y'all, I promise you, the colors were vibrant. The colors was very tropical. Yellow was yellow, green was green, blue was blue, white was white. I could see the lines on the road. I could see the yellow lines on the road. Like I see them now, but they're not as vivid. And I don't drive as much now. So it's affecting my daily activities. So if I don't get it done, eventually it's going to get worse and I could go blind. So of course I'm going to get it done, even though I'm nervous about it. All I can do is pray about it. But it's affecting me right now. So why don't they sell these things? This is stupid. Hey Renee, I'm glad you're here, sweetie. I agree. Yeah, it don't have to be anything major, just something small, I did the castor oil for me cataracts. and still had to have surgery. Yeah, I'm not putting this in my eyes. That's just not happening. But I did take a cotton ball when I was going to bed a few nights and just rubbed it like with my eyes closed in hopes that, because this right here, when I rubbed this on my lower back, when I was having my pain in my back, it seeps into your skin. So I'm like, that should be the same thing. I put that drop in my eye. Yeah, that's what I did, Renee. That's what I did. And wait a minute now. And then open your eyes to the. Oh no. I ain't doing that. I just rubbed it on there. I didn't like put it like drop on my lid and how you do kids when you're doing eye drops with them. That's what I used to do with my kids. I would, just put it on their eye and just let them blink and let it go into. No, I ain't doing that. I'm too afraid to do that. I'm like, I might make it worse and then go to have the surgery and can't get it done because it would be pointless because you done messed up something. No, I'm okay. I won't do it. But it was good talking to y'all. Busy watching. I'm watching. Wait a minute. See, I'm struggling. Busy watching, about to cook. Okay, that's what you're saying. Go in the garden. Get my daughter to a hair appointment today. And you are busy today on a Monday. You are very busy. I ran into somebody who had braids because I don't know anybody here that do braids, and I want braids. I actually want them right before my anniversary, which is the end of March. But I know it's probably still gonna be cold here, and I don't know about that air blowing on my scalp. But I do want braids. Again, I haven't had them in a year, or a year and a half now, maybe. I had eye surgery. Let's see, what is that? I had eye surgery for cataracts in my left eye now. I have to. Yeah, that's good, Maria. I know the doctor did say, and if you go over to my other channel, you can hear what he said. If anybody's struggling with cataracts or whatever, you can hear what he's saying, not what I'm saying. Once you have the surgery, he said, excuse me, that he was like, there's no need for me to, and it burst my bubble because I went in there because I really wanted more glasses to help me see better, like a stronger prescription. And he was like, I could do that, but that would be a waste of money because you won't need those particular glasses once you have the surgery. I probably should have went head on and did it because it's going to be weeks before I even, he was like, it's not going to help your right eye because it's worse than the left with the prescription. Like it'll help that one, but it won't help this one. And once you have the surgery, you probably won't need those glasses. You may need some glasses at first until it straightens out, but typically you'll have 20/20 vision or better. And I'm like thinking to myself, do I want to waste the money that he's saying? Well, do I want to spend the money that he's saying it's going to be a waste of money, but it's going to help me until I have the surgery? So I don't know, because glasses are expensive, I know, but this surgery is more expensive. The surgery is, because I was like, at the time, didn't have insurance, right? Vision. So I was like, well, how much is it out of pocket? I don't want to go into debt, but how much is it out of pocket? And he was like, this could be around $10,000. I'm like, oh, are you serious? So I was like, look, I'll call y'all back. And I still didn't call them back. But even though I did get the insurance that same day, I'm gonna call them today. I'm gonna make that a priority. Let me write it right here in front of me. So when I sit at this computer, I will see my paper, because I have forgotten 2 days in a row. Call my doctor. So y'all know I did it. So because he has to refer me out. And he said that you know, he has with this group at least 3 doctors that he, you know, really do like referring people to. So, but they stay booked. So it may take a minute to get into the appointment to even see them. And then you have to schedule, because they want to see you first and then they want to schedule you. So I'm like, this could take months. Maybe I should, now that I'm thinking about it, wording it out loud, maybe I should call them back and ask, can they give me a prescription for eyeglasses? Because it's going to take a while. Like, I have literally, I try not to drive at night. There's been some occasions where, you know, I've had to drive at night. Like if I've had to go to South Carolina to do something, whether it's to see my grandkids and older kids, because I have 2 older kids, or I haven't transferred my doctors up here. So I still see my doctors down there for lupus fibromyalgia and my heart doctor. So for my blood pressure. Yeah, I've been caught having to drive at night, and it's not bad. It's actually, I can see better at night because I don't have that glare. But then when a car with those new LED lights are on hit me in my face, sometimes I cannot see the road. So I don't try to drive at night. And then my daughter gets off early, so I don't have to drive at night. I stopped doing Uber Eats and all that other stuff, which I wasn't doing that at night anyway, but it was getting harder and harder to see the addresses. So I'm like, I'm not going to strain my eyes there, because I already have to strain my eyes to do my news stories and stuff. So now sometimes my daughter has to be, I'll be glad when the time changes, because sometimes when she have to be to work, like today at 7 in the morning, it's still dark. So to me, that's nighttime. And I'm like struggling to get there. So yeah. Hexane free. Yes, that's what that, I couldn't see the word, but I see it on there. I couldn't make, it's like blurred on here, but I see what you just wrote. Yes, Braswell, thank you. I wear hats outside with my twists. Hey, Plant Lady Vibes. Yeah. I gotta find, well, I was talking about braids, wasn't I? I was told y'all I was all over the place today. So I was coming out of a Dollar General, and I saw a lady with some braids one day. I said, just ask her, you know what I'm saying? So I had to build up the courage to ask her, where you get your hair done? So she told me of the place, but I've never called them to schedule an appointment. Honestly, I want to see more of their work. I don't want to just see her head, and, you know. But yeah, I'll check into it, because I do want my hair braided. I mean, I could always, well, no, I ain't going there. I had bought me some crochet thinking I could do it, but my arthritis would not let me braid my hair back. It wouldn't even let me put my hair with the rubber bands and then do the crochet. Like, I just couldn't do it. So now I got crochet here that I haven't even used, but whatever. So y'all, let me get off because I'm jaw jacking. And I do have a video coming out. I think it's at 12 o'clock. Hold on, let me see. I did it a couple days ago. I think I did it Saturday, but I didn't put it up. Saturday. Yeah. So it's a prepping video. Well, I just decided randomly. Let me go to this store right here and see how much I can get for $25. So yeah, y'all make a budget, make a plan, figure out what you already have in your house. That's the best way to try to save money that way. Like if you have, 2, 3 of this already, you don't need to go buy another one. Go buy something else. I know we're all stockpiling, trying to build up our stockpile, but if it's something that y'all are constantly, going through, then yeah, then do that. But just starting a prepper pantry, this, start small and then eventually grow. You buy extra so you don't have to tap into what you're trying to actually build up. You get what I'm saying? So don't just buy one of that because you're not going to save that. You're going to be using it. So buy 2. If you can afford 3, buy 3. My old thing was buy 2 of each thing that you're getting. My new thing is buy 3 of each thing that you're getting. That way you'll always have 2 on your stockpile shelf or in your cabinets, wherever you store your food at. And how you store your food does matter when you're storing food, okay? Especially temperature wise. And I don't buy pop cans like you get the beans and all that stuff, and they have the little pop tops that you don't need the can opener for. Add can opener to your list, but I don't buy those anymore unless they're on sale, because you could easily break the seal of the pop cans as opposed to the regular cans. But yeah. So y'all take care. Y'all stay safe. This I Dr. R in Chapel Hill. Oh, okay. Thank you. Bye, everybody. Bye, Trisha. Thank you for coming in. Enjoy your good weather. It's cold here. Actually gonna probably be below freezing here this week. So there's that. And I was going to fertilize my trees, but I'm going to wait on that until probably next week. We'll see what the weather looks like. But I'll see y'all in the next video. And unless there's like breaking news or something like that, then I won't be back with a live. But if there is breaking news, I will be back with it. So turn your notifications on. And if you're new to the channel, welcome in. If you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing to Tommy Bites Homestead, Tommy Bites TV Homestead, where I'm doing news you can use, gardening, homesteading, prepping, just life. So thanks for coming in. I appreciate y'all talking with me today. Bye, y'all. I love you, but God truly loves you more. He created only one you. Be the best you can be. When you are, go out and spread God's love and love yourself first, so you can then know what it feels like to give that love to other people.